Arne Slot has just walked out to speak to the media. Let's listen in.
What impact does that potentially have on your own chance of adding to your squad? And in general terms, anyway, how likely do you feel you are now to add further signings to your squad before that deadline?
Before I answer that question, I have to ask you from Pat, because I just had an interview with him, what you had for breakfast this morning?
It was a donut. It was a donut that I kept from a game I was at the other night. That was all. I was working as a reporter at that point. Yeah.
So you came into the Liverpool building
with a donut. Yeah.
With a donut from?
From another football club.
Okay.
It's very nice, by the way. You should try it.
Yeah. It's too many calories.
Not the most healthy. I was in a rush this morning. I woke up late.
So Newcastle signed, if it's true, and I have no reason not to believe what you are saying, a new number 9. So that's very nice for Eddie, because Anthony Gordon is suspended, and Isak has not been training with the team a lot. So it's nice for him to have another number 9.
What about in general terms, though? How likely do you feel you are to add to your squad? Whether it's another striker, whether it's a centre-half, whatever.
No, I think I've said after Monday evening that again I could make a substitution that impacted the game. That's what Federico did against Bournemouth. That's what Rio did now against Newcastle. So as always, we try to sign players that can help us. But there's no reason after the first 2 games to complain or to think we need more. But if we can strengthen the squad, then we will always try to do that if it's for the right money and it's the right player. And there are only 3-4 days to go now. So yeah, let's see if we do something, and if we do something, what we can do.
From the players that you're working with this weekend, and obviously it is a big game, what improvement do you feel you need to see that will give you the best chance of maintaining your own 100% record and ending Arsenal's?
No, the most simple answer to that is a lot, because we face a very strong team, and that was already really good last season, and I think I've improved their squad a lot during the summer. So and if you then look at all the quality they have, but especially one thing that stands out in the season till now, and what stands out in a negative way for us, is that we've conceded, if I include the Bilbao game, 4 set pieces. And of course, as we all know, that's one of their strengths, not the strength, but one of their strengths, because they can play in multiple ways. You can see how well they are managed by Miguel, and they're working for 5 years together, because they can play almost every style there is in football, and that tells you how well managed they are. But one of their strengths is also set pieces, and that is an area where we, if you look at Monday, when we faced Newcastle, we conceded 2, and against Bilbao we conceded 2. It's a part we need to improve, where we, by the way, were really good at last season. So no panicking at all. We also had to defend at Newcastle 350 set pieces, so then only conceding 2 is not even so bad.
Obviously, both games against Arsenal finished in 2-2 draws, and I think against top 4 opposition, or the teams that finished in the top 4 last season, you took 11 points from a possible 18. I just wonder, even though it's such an early stage in the season, how important do you feel it is not to lose ground on a potential title rival?
Nah, not so much to do with losing ground, but it has to do with losing ground, but not that we play Arsenal. So it's more in the beginning of the season. You wanna normally teams don't play their best game unless you keep the same squad completely and you add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. Then you can maybe expect that the team is growing even further. If you look at our situation, we've lost a few, we've added a few, so then it's not starting all the way new again, but I think it's normal that we play even better, not better, but even better in a few months than we do, or in a few weeks than we do now. But in the meantime, you can't lose ground, not a lot. Although I do think that it's. I would be surprised if there will be a point record this season in the Premier League. I would be surprised if one team gets more than 100 points, because of the strength of the league. So you are able to drop once in a while a few points and still be competitive, I think, in the end of the season. But the best thing you can do is not drop points at all.
Thank you.
Anna, just picking up on what you said there then, do you think that the league is more competitive noticeably this season than last season, based on what you just said?
if that's even possible, because it was already so competitive last season. But maybe I'm wrong, but I think in general teams spent more than last season. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm talking about net spend, not talking about what teams spent and forget then what they've sold, but in terms of net spend. But maybe I'm wrong, but last season we didn't do a lot, but I think our competitors didn't do a lot last season as well.